Hello, investors, and welcome to Stocks to Watch. I'm Ashley Berry, and this interview is disseminated on behalf of Virtuix. Today, we're joined by Jan Goetgeluk, CEO of Virtuix, trading on the NASDAQ under the symbol VTIX. Virtuix is really redefining immersive entertainment and enterprise simulation with its Omni One platform. And their recent developments in the company spanning meta integration, European expansion, AI-powered military simulation, and production scale, positioning the company at really a pivotal inflection point. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome you, Jan, to the show. Thank you so much for joining us again here.
Yeah, hey, Ashley, good to see you again.
Yes, absolutely. Let's jump right into it. I want to congratulate you on joining the Made for Meta program with Omni One's compatibility with MetaQuest. So how would you say this expands your addressable market, and what does it mean for your near and long-term growth outlook?
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big news for us. The MetaQuest platform, there's over 20 million headsets sold to date. By recent estimates, over 6 million active Quest users. So for the first time, those users can buy our product, the Omni, and use it with their existing VR headsets and games. So it really it expands our addressable market by millions of users that can now buy our product and have a VR headset already. So it's a great way for us to keep scaling. I think last time we spoke, I mentioned we reported 138% year-over-year growth for the 6 months ended 9/30, and we're ready to scale. And this is one way to really boost our growth thanks to our collaboration with Meta and making our products compatible with the Meta platform.
Yeah, that is no small feat. Congratulations again on that. And speaking of scalability, on February 11th of this year, you launched Omni One Core sales across key European markets, including the UK, Germany, France. What was kind of the motivation behind starting with Europe, and how do the economics really compare to North America? Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Yeah, we've always had a lot of fans in Europe, lots of gamers on the continent, especially the PC gaming market is very big in Europe. So it's a great first international market for us to expand to. Historically, we've been focused on the US first. Now we're expanding internationally with Europe first. It's again another great channel to boost our growth. We want to keep growing, keep accelerating our expansion plans. So the European expansion, now the Meta news, it all feeds into boosting our revenues. And our revenues, they scale quickly with shipping volumes. And we have production capacity in place for 3,000 units a month. That already translates to $100 million in annual revenue potential. So we're ready to scale.
I was just going to ask you, so how will you scale if demand, say, exceeds 36,000 units annually?
Yeah, we can do that. With $100 million in annual revenues, that's what we have in place today. That's really our next big target to go after. But beyond that, we can activate some of our CM, contract manufacturing partners, to keep increasing volumes thereafter. So we're only just getting started and really only scratching the surface of our expansion. Fantastic.
So let's talk a little bit about your virtual terrain walk system. If you can explain that a little bit, and sort of combining the 360-degree hardware with proprietary AI software and how it really creates a competitive, moat, particularly in defense.
Yeah, thank you for that. That's indeed part of our strategies. We have the consumer business on one side, now with MetaQuest compatibility and European expansion, but we pair that high volume consumer sales with potentially high margin defense contracts. That's another big market we're going after with our technology, where we have our virtual terrain walk system, VTW, that lets warfighters walk the terrain before they step on it. Explore the battlefield before you put boots on the ground and get a sense of space, of distance. Familiarize themselves with the battlefield. And we use AI-driven 3D reconstruction to very quickly turn camera footage of a real-world location into a photorealistic replica in VR, in 3D of that location. And with our technology, soldiers can then walk around inside that area. And there's nothing like it. This is a revolutionary capability that the military has not had yet. We've sold initial test units to Yokota Air Force Base, to the US Air Force Academy, to the Military Academy at West Point, for example, as well. So we have some initial traction in that market. and you were pursuing bigger government contracts, defense contracts in that area. Your question about how is that defensible? Can other companies do what we do? Well, there's no US company doing what we do, bringing the movement piece to VR, the movement piece to simulation, where you can physically walk around inside the simulation, inside that photorealistic environment. And that's really what we have. It's patent protected, 25 patents issued, 5 more pending. And we're really the leaders in that area. So the defense market with the AI developments there is a really exciting development for us. It is a nice supplement to our consumer business.
Yeah, revolutionary work. Absolutely. It's really fascinating to me. I'm just curious, those that are using it, what are they saying about it when they're able to do this training just by putting these on and they're in the terrain? Like, what's the reaction?
It's a game changer. It's groundbreaking. Without our product, you kind of have to push a button to move around inside a virtual world, or some systems let you walk around a little bit inside a small area, but then you hit walls, you hit other people. If you push a button, it creates motion sickness. So there's no way to physically do that other than with our product, the Omni, which is an omnidirectional treadmill that lets you walk around inside a simulation. So groundbreaking technology. For consumer, for defense, and even other applications like industrial training, safety training. There's some enterprise markets we're going after as well, in addition to consumer and defense.
Thank you for that. And you've also highlighted high margin recurring defense and enterprise revenues. So how should investors think about Virtuix's evolution from hardware to technology? And what traction are you really seeing with pilot programs right now?
Yeah. We always sell the hardware up front for a good margin. Our margins on the consumer side, about 40% or more. On the enterprise side, even higher. But then we pair that with recurring revenues. The idea is that after the upfront hardware purchase, we make recurring revenues from software licensing. On the defense side, it could be custom simulation development using that AI-driven 3D reconstruction where we create the digital replicas with our technology there. So that results in recurring revenues, high margin recurring revenues, in addition to the upfront purchase. So that's our model, both on the consumer side and the defense side as well. And that's what we believe will really drive our growth going forward. Beyond just hardware, as our user base grows, those revenues from software and from simulation work grows as well.
Yes, I would love to get my hands on one of those. It's just amazing. And the treadmill you're talking about, which I know you've told me is right behind you there in your office.
We have one right here. Yeah.
I know. Next time we're going to do a demo. I love it. So let's talk about, all of these developments. How do they really impact current shareholders? And why would you say now is the right time to consider Virtuix?
Yeah, well, look, we're only getting started. We're ready to scale. We reported strong growth, and we're going to keep pushing our growth. We have a lot of traction on the consumer side with our European expansion, just scratching the surface there. Now with the Meta news, which is big, 6 million plus active users who already have a headset who can now buy our product and use it with their existing games, for example. Just a great way for us to keep scaling and keep boosting our growth on the consumer side, and then pair that with high margin defense contracts where we have initial traction with West Point, US Air Force Academy, and pursuing contracts there. That dual use strategy, consumer plus defense, really, I think, creates a lot of opportunity for sustainable growth and value creation for our shareholders. So we have an exciting journey ahead, and I hope shareholders join us on our journey and keep watching us for our exciting future ahead of us.
Yes, exciting indeed. Jan Goetgeluk, thank you so much, CEO of Virtuix. For viewers interested in learning more about Virtuix and its Omni One platform, of course, including the integration with Meta, as Jan was talking about, expansion into Europe, and growing defense and enterprise opportunities. Again, the company is listed on the NASDAQ as VTIX. This has been Stocks to Watch. Thank you all so much. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you comment below. Thank you, Jan, so much for joining us, and thank you, investors, for your incredible attention.